Hello. This is probably not my most exciting video, but I am gonna talk about a thing or two real quick, which I don't know why I'm even going into it like this. I should probably just say what I need to say. I'm going through things that are ruining my mental state. And I am just trying to hold it all together and post content when I can, but it's seriously been a lot harder than I thought it would be, only because a lot of bad has happened. I've lost a job or two. I have gotten my license back, and it was suspended again because of something that I could not control for the life of me. There's nothing I could have done that would have made it okay. Pretty much the moment, okay, I had a suspended license, and I had driving privileges through the court system, so long as I paid $50 a month for it until August, when I was no longer under the court's obligation anymore. They had nothing to do with it because the suspension was up at that time. And then the day of the suspension being lifted, there's a 30-minute window, apparently, that they don't know when the window's going to be. It's just going to be some day or sometime on that one specific day that you have to be at the BMV, which is the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, to in that very specific time, and only in that specific time, to be there to pay the $50 to them to be able to jump on the payment plan with them, because I currently owe the BMV $1,000 because of some outlandish charges. Like, okay, 2013 or 14, I got like a suspended license, and they charged me a lot of money for it. And I believe that was ridiculous because I had already had a suspended license. The punishment was already there. I also punished somebody by taking out of their pocket what they could be doing, like the money they could be using to get around now that you've taken their license away. The system is kind of extremely flawed. Not kind of, extremely flawed. But since there was no way that the BMV could check, like even if I stood in the BMV all day long, there was no way for them to check and know what the time, like when I should have done it. Only Franklin County knows. And there's no way that Franklin County is able to communicate it to me. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. And you know, all of this could be incorrect. All of this could be just a fat lie that was fed to me, because whoever I was talking to may or may not have known exactly what they were talking about. So I could just sound like an idiot. Either here nor there. That is either here nor there. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm so scrambled and I just don't know what to say. I'm kind of besides myself right now. And I am trying to gather my thoughts because there's honestly so much going on that it's hard to think about. It's really hard to even just talk about because it's affecting me in such a negative way. Like, I currently owe the BMV the $1,150. I owe my cousin Jerry money for a laptop. This laptop that I'm using to create this video. I have to buy a camera because I don't have one anymore. So I have to use my iPhone or this. which isn't bad. I don't have much to complain about there. iPhone footage, not horrible. It's not great to edit on. Doesn't always sound the best. You can't do things like you can with a camera on an iPhone. I have to pay rent here where I live. Somebody pickpocketed my wallet while I was at Easton Mall, right out of my butt pocket while I was just in the mall. And I know this for certain. There's no, well, what if like it's actually 100% somebody pickpocketed me, and it kind of sucks. And I had my IDs in there, and had money in it. So the money that I was going to use to pay my rent, I can't. And my grandmother is so gracious as to let me stay here, because yes, I live with my grandmother, without having to pay my rent. She's going to let me stay here without having to pay it, because she cares about me and she understands my position, and she knows that I'm going to pay her for it. But I went to the BMV to try to replace my ID so that I could get a job, because right now I'm currently on and off working with my dad whenever he has work for me. It's not really paying a lot, but I'm getting a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before, a lot of trade knowledge that I need if I'm going to pursue his career. But I need to make money right now. So, but I went to the BMV to try to get a replacement ID just so that I could get a job, because all I have is my birth certificate, and you need 2 forms of identification to be hired anywhere. And I applied to Charlie's, and Charlie's wants me to be a manager, and I can't do that without my identification. So I don't have a social security card, because that went with the wallet. I went to the BMV, like I've said 3 times now. And if I were to purchase a new replacement ID just to prove who I am, it permanently suspends my license for 2 years. So basically I have to wait until the situation with the BMV is resolved, which they're supposed to call me, and I haven't gotten that call. It's been about a week, 2 weeks almost, actually. I have to wait, which means I have to wait to get a job, which means I have to wait to get paid, which means I have to wait to pay rent, which means I can't buy a camera, which means I can't pay Jerry, which means I can't pay the BMV, which means I can't buy food, which means I can't drive anywhere because gas costs money, which means I can't pay my car insurance, which means I can't go to a concert if it were to make me happy, you know. So a lot of things are affecting me right now. And that's just only the financial part of everything that's bothering me. There are much more things that I don't even wish to talk about on the internet. If anyone watches this and has anything positive to say, anything that might help me mentally, fiscally, any way at all, honestly, I welcome that, because I kinda need it. Like, does anybody know a way to make quick money just so that I can sustain life? Because, you know, my grandmother only gets so much money per month, and she is semi-dependent on the money I make to pay her own bills, and that's okay, because I love her and I want to help her, but I need to help her out, and I need to help me out. I need to feed myself, and I would love to just pay her bills for her, so she could use the money that she has to do whatever she wants in the whole wide world. And I would love to be able to drive and pay my cousin for this laptop and possibly buy his camera from him, because I really want the freaking Nikon D5500 back. I love that camera. So yeah, let me know. Let me know, YouTube. Kind of in a hard situation in my mind and feeling really, really, really down. So right now, I'm gonna clean everything. I'm gonna organize all of my belongings again, because that's what I do when I'm feeling like this, because it makes me feel peaceful. So yeah, it's now 12:13 a.m. October 4th, 2017, and I will catch you on the flip side. Mwah.